Hi friends, Namaste. I am Ananta Sharma. After the study of some important events in the life of Srimati Indira Gandhi, now I propose to take up another chart and discuss some important events in that chart. So here you see this chart. The birth details 8th September 1949, 20:05 hours at Amalapuram in East Godavari district. See, the Janmalagna is Meena. Moon occupies Meena Janmalagna. Lord of Janmalagna is Jupiter. And Jupiter is in the 10th house, Thanush, in his own house. See, here first I will present some important aspects of this chart from D1, D9, and D3 charts, which include some Rajayogas also. This is how I think it is good to develop this habit. Suppose you are asked by somebody to tell you to give a prediction. First of all, you draw these charts like this and find Yogada first. See if there are any Rajayogas there. So Rajayogas make a lot of difference. So, and I will discuss the Rajayogas and Yogada right now. Here in this chart, the Janmalagna is Meena, and the moon sign also is Meena. Lord of the moon sign, that is Jupiter, is in Dhanus. He aspects moon sign as well as Janmalagna. That is, Lord of the moon sign aspecting Janmalagna as well as the moon sign also. So he is Yogada. Who is Yogada? Jupiter is the Yogada. So Jupiter is Amarchakaraka. And then Jupiter is the Lord of A10, Dhanus, the Lord of A9, Meena, Lord of A9 and Lord of A10, Jupiter. Now, there is another Rajayoga Karaka here, Rajayogas. You know the Rajayoga, why you should study Rajayogas beforehand? That is, if there is, I already told you, there is a Vahana Yoga in this chart. If there is no Raja Yoga at all in this chart, then you can say you may have a bicycle or at the most a scooter. But if there is a Raja Yoga, depending upon the strength of the Raja Yoga, then maybe he may have a car or he may have a helicopter. So you must study Raja Yogas first. So the moon sign is Meena in D1 chart, and it is aspected by Mercury in D1 chart. In the same Mercury aspects Lagna in Navamsha Lagna, that is Meena, and also in Drakana Lagna, which is Karma. That is Raja Yoga states the same planet aspects moon sign in D1 chart. The Lagnas in D9 and D3 charts, that is a great Raja Yoga. This is called Visesha Prabhu Yoga. So here, the planet causing Visesha Prabhu Yoga is Mercury. So Mercury is, MK, Lord of Arudha Lagna, is Lord of 10th from 810. 810 is Dhanus, 10th from 810 is Kanya. So he is a very important planet. So what is the use of this knowing who is Yogada and who is Raja Yoga Karaka? In future, that is in the analysis, Dasha Antardasha analysis, if there is a Pada Antardasha sign or Mahadasha sign is aspected by Mercury or Jupiter, that Mahadasha or Antardasha is going to be a very, very bright period. And there are two or three, even one or two malefics are aspecting a particular Pada, and one Rajayokarka Mercury or Yogada Jupiter can check that malefic influence. So avoid any untoward events. Mercury is Vishesha Raja Yoga Karaka. Mercury is the Maturkaraka MK and also the Lord of Dharapada Kanya and the Lord of 10th from Etan, Etan being Dhanus. So this Raj Yoga is very important. Next, another Raj Yoga is there. That is, you know, Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna. If the same planet aspects Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna, and Janma Lagna in D1 chart, that is a great Raj Yoga, again, a Vishesha Prabhu Yoga. Then if the same three lagnas are not aspected, only Janma Lagna and Hora Lagna are aspected, or Janma Lagna and Gatika Lagna are aspected. Not all the three are expected. So you come to D9 chart or D3 chart. You identify those three lagnas. If there is a planet in D3 chart or if there is a planet in D9 chart aspecting these three lagnas, that is also a Prabhu Yoga, Raj Yoga, but of a little inferior quality. So here see, Hora Lagna is Tola on 28 degrees in Mithuna. Gatika Lagna is in Simha on 7 degrees 10 minutes. So Janma Lagna is Meena. So there cannot be any planet aspecting a Chararasi, Chararasi Simha and Lagna dual sign. So you leave the D1 chart. You now come to the D9 chart. In D9 chart, the Janma Lagna is Meena. Both Hora Lagna and Ghatika Lagna, they fall in Mithuna and they are aspected by two planets. One is Jupiter and the other is Mercury in the D9 chart. So this is a Raj Yoga. Here again, you please remember, Jupiter is already Yoga. Now he is Yoga Karaka, Raja Yoga Karaka. Already Mercury is one Raja Yoga Karaka, aspecting Hora Lagna, moon sign, Navans Lagna, Drekana Lagna, is already a Raja Yoga Karaka. Now he is another Raja Yoga Karaka. So Jupiter and Mercury are very important in this chart. It is a Raja Yoga. Here, the Janma Lagna is Meena, the eighth lord is Venus. This is another Raja Yoga. So it is given in the Rajayoga Jaya in Brahat Parashar Hora. Many people think that it is a Rajayoga in the Parashara perspective because it is contained in Brahat Parashar Hora. It is not correct. Those Rajayogas are must be applied in Jaimini according to Jaimini principles. Here, this yoga states take the natural benefits Jupiter, Mercury, Venus. These three benefits must be the laws of sixth lord, eighth lord, and 12th lord. For example, for Mera Lagna, Venus is eighth lord. For Dhanur Lagna, Venus is sixth lord. For Tula Lagna, Jupiter is sixth lord. For Makara Lagna, Jupiter is third and 12th lord. Like this. So, there must be natural benefits and they must be laws of sixth, eighth, or 12th. The third condition is they must be debilitated. Fourth condition is they must simultaneously aspect the Lagna. For example, Jupiter, Dhanus is there, Lagna. Sixth lord, Venus. Venus is debilitated in Kanya. So Kanya aspects Dhanus. That means natural benefit Venus, sixth lord, debilitated in Kanya, aspecting Lagna. This is the way we interpret that Raj Yoga. Here in this chart, you see, you know, the natural benefits, Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus are the laws of 6th, 8th, and 12th houses. And also, they are debilitated and simultaneously aspecting the Janma Lagna. It is a great Raj Yoga. Here, the Janma Lagna is Meena, 8th lord is Venus, he is debilitated in Kanya, he is aspecting Janma Lagna. It is a very good Raj Yoga. Otherwise, you see, when you see immediately the chart, 8th lord Venus is aspecting Lagna from Kanya. He is debilitated. What are the inferences? 8th lord debilitated. So, all poised. Then 8th Lord aspecting Lagna, it is Daridra. Then 8th Lord Venus is in the 7th house, combining with 7th house, Lord of 7th house Mercury. Then it is not good for wife and domestic life. So these are all the conclusions, one after another. But nothing happened. That Venus, whenever Venus period is there, Kanya period is there, according to Jaimini, it was always successful. So Jupiter gave him many advantages. See, we know the laws of first and fifth houses. They are, if they are connected to each other, it is a great Rajayoga. Perhaps that is also one of the greatest Rajayogas. Lagnadhipati, Panchamadhipati, Atmakaraka, Putrakaraka. Atmakaraka, first Karaka, Putrakaraka, fifth Karaka. Part of the Lagna and part of the fifth house. If these two combine in any house, that is a great Raj Yoga. And Jaimini mentions this yoga, the first yoga in the Raj Yoga Jaya, like Jaimini Sutras, Tritiya Jaya, first pada. But here, we know Lagna. Lagna is Mena, Lagnadipati is Jupiter in Dhanus, Panchamadhipati, fifth lord is Moon, he is in Meena. So Moon in Meena, fifth lord Moon in Meena, and Lord of Lagna in Dhanus. They are aspecting each other. That is a combination of Lagnadipati and Panchamadhipati. So these are the Raj Yogas. The lords of first and fifth houses combination is a Raj Yoga. So all these Raj Yogas must be remembered, and we must apply them whenever necessary. When Dasha Antardasha analysis, these yogas are important to weigh the horoscope, to know the strength of the horoscope. I already told you, you see, the Vahana Yoga, how it applies like that. He has the combination for a house. What kind of house is it? Is it an old-fashioned tiled house or a thatched shed or something like this? There are different grades of houses. And finally, we have the mansion of Ambani, Mukesh Ambani. So, each Raj Yoga, so levels different, drift different. Now, you take the Dasha calculations, Dasha sequence. So now you see, the Arudha Lagna is Kanya. Arudha Lagna is Kanya, right? Lord of Arudha Lagna is Mercury. Mercury is in Midhuna in D9 chart. We must see all the study for the Dasha. Dasha system, you must study them in D9 chart only. So, sir, now Arudha Lagna is Kanya. Lord of Arudha Lagna is in Midhuna, and Midhuna is an odd sign and a jewel sign. So the order of the dashas, you know, it begins from the same side, Midhuna, and moves along 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 10, 3, 7, 11, and 4, 8, 12. That is, the order is, you see this. We must remember that the Antardasha sequence of any Mahadasha, right? This is important in another way also. This is 159 sequence. This is the first dasha of this chart. Antardashas, you may have first Midhuna Dasha, next Tula Mahadasha. Then Antardashas of Midhuna also move along 159. Antardashas of Tula, though it is a movable sign, the Antardashas of Tula also move along 159. And there is a fixed sign, Kumbha. There also the Antardasha sequence is, sequence moves along 159 direction. Mahadasha are the duration of Mahadasha periods. You see they are displayed on the screen. Now, let us study the nature before analyzing any event in a particular Mahadasha. It is good to have a knowledge about the whole picture of the Mahadasha. Broadly, you see it is good, or broadly, you see it is not good. Of course, results differ from Antardasha to Antardasha. We see general tendencies and characteristics. Now let's study the nature and the general indications of the Mahadasha Mithuna. So, at the very first sight, if the very first sight, we are the Mahadasha sign, Mithuna, is occupied by its Lord Mercury. So, that's the first strong point. Just like in Parasari, we say Lagnadipati is in Lagna, or Lagnadipati is aspecting Lagna. That is a good sign, a strength of the horoscope. So, at the very first sight, the Mahadasha sign Mithuna is occupied by its Lord Mercury. Remember, Mercury is a Raja Yoga Karaka, Raja Yoga Karaka of two Raja Yogas, great Raja Yogas. So, it appears to be a strong point. Then, it is aspected by a total strength, total influence, benefic influence, malefic influence. We must weigh and find out the net result. So he is aspected by Jupiter from Dhanus. Jupiter, we know, is Rajokarka, it is Yogada, but Jupiter is the eighth Dashakaraka for this Mithuna Lagna. See, Dashakarakas are there displayed on the screen. The eighth Dashakaraka is Jupiter. So, Jupiter is the eighth Dashakaraka. Mithuna is Jupiter, aspected by Jupiter from Dhanus. Dhanus is A4. Jupiter is Lord of A4, Lord of A10. There is A9 in Mena, Lord of A9, but he is 8th Dashakaraka. So it is not good. Already there is Mithuna. In Mithuna there is Mercury, but he is aspected by 8th Lord. So half the strength is lost. Now, Kanya is the Arudha Lagna and also Dharapada. Also Dharapada. Mars next. It is aspected by Mercury. We are talking about Mahadasha sign Mithuna and its Lord Mercury. Mercury is already aspected by Jupiter. That is first point. Second point, Jupiter is aspected by Mars. See who is Mars. Mars is the Lord of Mars is the Lord of A5. A5 is Vrishchika. Mars is the Lord of Vrishchika A5. And Saturn and Venus from Mars is the Lord of A5 Vrishchika. Then Kanya is there. Mars is in Kanya. Is aspecting Mithuna from Kanya. Already we have seen Mithuna is Mahadasha sign is aspected by Jupiter K8. And now it is aspected by Mars also. Then it is again aspected by Venus. Mars is which is Dashakaraka. Mars is the Dashakaraka number 4. Because Mercury is number 1 Karaka, Moon is 2nd Karaka, Ketu is 3rd and 12th Karaka, and Mars is the 4th Karaka. So Mars is the 4th Dashakaraka and Lord of A5 Vrishchika is aspecting Mithuna. So these are all benefic aspects. Next by Venus, the 5th Dashakaraka. Not Venus, Saturn. Saturn is 5th Dashakaraka. He is also a benefic Dashakaraka. And he is K5, the Lord of A3 Makara. A3 is Bhratrapada and Makara. So then he is aspected by Venus, K6, a malefic Karaka, the Lord of Tula, A2. And then he is A2. Tula, there is A2. A2 Koshapada is there in Tula. So the Mahadasha sign and its Lord Mercury, K1 and K10, are subjected to the aspects of Jupiter, K8, the Lord of A9 and A4, then A10, Dhanus, and the 5th from A5, that is about Jupiter. There is a Lord of a benefic pada, Lord of benefic padas, and a malefic Dashakaraka, that is Jupiter. The mixture of malefic and benefic nature. Mars is the benefic Dashakaraka K4, and also is the lord of Vrishchiga, which is A5, Uttarpada. Again, a benefic Karaka and benefic lord of Uttarpada. Then you see Saturn is a benefic Uttrakara Dashakaraka K5, and also the lord of benefic Pada A3 in Makara. So Venus malefic Dashakaraka A6 and lord of benefic Pada A2 Tola. So among these five aspects which are cast upon Mercury, five aspects, the unmixed benefic are from Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. Jupiter and Venus, they are bad malefic Dashakarakas. And of course, good lords of Padas. The result is the net influence is a benefic force. So if you weigh all benefic forces and all malefic forces, then you will certainly the swing is towards the benefic influence. So this is generally, this is the way how the Mahadasha of 12 years, Mithuna Mahadasha goes. So we need to see all through the 12 years Mahadasha, we need to suffer frequent ill health, but recovered. We need to ill health on more than one occasion. And Avayoga for Vidana Dasha is both the Konas. For any Dasha, Konas means trines. Fifth lord, fifth house, ninth house. Fifth house or ninth house should be occupied by benefics. If they are occupied by benefics, that gives more than half of the strength to the chart. If they are occupied by malefics, so the strength of the dasha is reduced. Tola and Kumbha are occupied by malefic sun and malefic, natural malefic Rahu. So that is not good. So again, we know Rahu in 5, 9, and 12. Fifth house, ninth house, and 12th house, Rahu is not, it's not good for Rahu to occupy those positions. Further, again, another general indication is you see A9. A9 is Meena. 9 from A9 is Vrishchika. And A9 is aspected by A8, that is Jupiter. 8th Dashakaraka. 6th Dashakaraka, Venus. And of course, by some benefic Dashakarakas also. So you see this. A9 Meena and its lord Jupiter K8 are also aspected by Saturn, 5th Dashakaraka K5, and hence a benefic. Again, they are also aspected by Venus, 6th Dashakaraka. Mars, Saturn, Venus are aspected by K8 Jupiter. In addition, A9, Lord of A9 Meena, Lord of A9 Jupiter, A8, and the Lord of ninth from A9, Mars and Venus and Saturn are all aspected again by most benefic Mercury here. So, one more noteworthy point here is the A9 Meena is also the eighth from Simha, which has A8. That is, Meena is eighth from A8. Besides, Meena has A9. Meena is fifth from A5 and eighth from A8. That is for disease, death, etc. So all these afflictions to A9 indicates that the father of the native suffered from some severe health disorder, and he was saved by the benefic aspect of Mercury. The father of the native suffered from smallpox, or we call it in Telugu Masuchi, during the Mahadasha of Mithuna, and it he was saved, and the natural and he became all right. So all these indications may be modified according to the antardeshas and their influences. Antardesha periods they may be modified. Then let us tabulate the antardeshas. Tabulate the antardeshas. You know, Mahadasha is Mithuna Mahadasha, and antardeshas are Midhuna Tola, Midhuna Kumbha, etc., etc. So 12 years period, each antardesha is for 1 year. You can see the board. Then there are Dashakarakas for Midhuna Mahadasha, starting from Midhuna, first law, Mercury, Moon, Ketu. You see them in order in the D9 chart. Then now let us come to two important events. There are so many events, but I tell you two important events which will the how the dasha is so miraculous. You can understand. The first one is natural. The uh, the sister was born to the native. You know, third house signifies sisters and brothers. Birth of a sister that was on 2nd August 1952. 2nd August 1952. The second important event, the first important event during Vidura Mahadasha is the birth of a sister on 2nd August 1952. This was during Midhuna Kumbha. Midhuna Kumbha period. That is the during the sub period of Kumbha, which operated from September 51 to September 52, 1 year. All the Antardashas are each for 1 year because the total Mahadasha period was 12 years. So, in the Mahadasha of Midhuna, which operated from the 8th September 1949 to 8th September 1961. So, you know, siblings are signified by the third house. So, we have to consider the Antardasha sign, Kumbha. The third from Antardasha sign is a Masha. They lost Saturn and Mars in one group, say group A. Then, because this is the birth of a sister, so the birth Bhratrapada A3, then the third from A3, their lords, and the third Dashakaraka. The natural Karaka for the mothers is Mars. So they let them consider in group B. Why I am dividing them into group 1 and group 2 is a psychological problem. See, for example, if somebody finds a relationship between Kumbha and Kumbha and Masha, they are respecting each other. So there is a connection. No, it's not that. Kumbha is Antardasha sign and Masha is the third from Antardasha sign. Those two, they are connected or they are not connected, it does not matter much. If they are connected, it gives strength, no doubt, but it cannot give you the result. So, by dividing them into two groups, you will not mistake one for the other. The Bhadrapada A3, the third from A3, they lost, and the third Dashakaraka, the natural Dashakaraka for brothers and sisters, that is Mars or maybe group B. So, let us see who is A3. A3 in this chart is Makara. The third from A3 is Meena. The Lord's Saturn, Lord of Makara is Saturn, and Lord of Meena is Jupiter. The third Dashakaraka Ketu, K3, and also Mars, the natural Karaka for siblings, are considered in group B. Now we must see the Padas, Lords, and Karkas in the group A, or how they are connected to those in group B. Kumbha, let us start from the Antardasha side. Kumbha is occupied by Rahu. Rahu is the ninth Dasha Karaka. That is very, very, very good. Then Kumbha is aspected by Sun, debilitated Sun from Tola. So Sun is the debilitated, Sun is debilitated. He is the seventh Dashakaraka. He is a malefic. Since he is debilitated, he is a benefic by his Dashakaraka, seventh Dashakaraka. But notice, Sun is aspected by Moon and Ketu from Simha. Again, what is Moon and what is Ketu? Moon is second and 11th Dashakaraka. Ketu is third and 8th Dashakaraka. Yes, third and 8th Dashakaraka, Ketu is a malefic. But here in this context, when we are studying the birth of brothers and sisters, Ketu must be taken as a benefic. Ketu is K3 and K12, a malefic Dashakaraka. Ketu must be considered here as a benefit because the topic for our study is the birth of brothers and sisters. So, malefic Ketu of Ketu is under check. The malefic nature of Ketu and the malefic nature of the Sun is under check by the aspects of Moon and Ketu. Moon is a benefic, is full moon, and Ketu, as I told you, Ketu is a benefic in this context. So, Sun's malefic nature is to some extent controlled. Now, come to the Lord of the Antardasha sign Kumbha, that is Saturn. Saturn is the fifth Dashakaraka, a benefic one. Hence, the best benefic Dashakaraka Saturn is in Kanya. He combines with, Saturn combines with Mars and Venus. Saturn combines with Mars. Who is Mars? Mars is Lord of the third from Antardasha sign. Antardasha sign is Kumbha. Third from Kumbha is Mesha. Lord is Mars. Mars, the fourth Dashakaraka. And again, a good Dashakaraka. And also the Lord of Mesha, which is the third from Antardasha sign Kumbha. Next, Saturn. Mars combines with Saturn. Saturn also combines with Saturn also. Saturn, who is Saturn? Lord of Antardasha and Kumbha. Lord of Antardasha and Kumbha combines with Venus, sixth Dashakaraka, is not good, of course. The Lord of A3, Lord of the Antardasha sign, third from Antardasha sign, they lost. Antardasha sign Kumbha, third from Antardasha sign Mesha, they lost Saturn and Mars. That set is over. Next, A3 and third from A3, they lost. So A3 is Lord A3 is Makara. A3 is Makara, Lord of A3 is Saturn. Then the Lord of A3, Saturn, has a mutual aspect with Jupiter. The Lord of Meena, which is third from A3. So, Lord of A3, Saturn, Lord of third from A3, that is Jupiter, they are in mutual aspect. So, at any time, Lord of A5, Lord of fifth from A5. If they combine, it is a good strength. Lord of A9, Lord of 9 from A9, if they combine, again, that is of good strength. Similarly, another way of looking at it is Lord of Antardasha sign and Lord of Mahadasha sign, if they combine. Lord of Antardasha sign and the Lord of the third house from Antardasha sign in this context. If it is education, Lord of Antardasha sign, Lord of fifth from Antardasha sign. So, these are all complementary to each other. If they come A5, fifth from A5, A3, third from A3, they are all complementary to each other. If their lords combine, it is of a source of good strength. The lord of A3 Saturn has a mutual aspect with Jupiter, the lord of Meena, which is the third from A3. Again, there is one more combination, noteworthy combination. Bhavardha Ratnakara, a Parashara Grandha book, classic, tells us if the lord of any bhava combines with the karaka of that bhava, again it is of some strength. For example, fifth house. Fifth house, Lord, for example, Mesha is the sign, and fifth house is Leo. Lord of Leo is a Sun. If Sun combines with Mercury, Mercury Vidyakaraka in Parashara. So there is a source of good strength for education. If that Sun combines with Jupiter, Karaka for children, Putra Bhava, because fifth house is Putra Bhava also. The native has children. Like this, we must consider Lord of a Bhava and Karaka of that Bhava. If they are combined, it gives good results. The Lord of A3, Saturn, has a mutual aspect with Jupiter. Saturn is Lord of A3, Jupiter is Lord of third from A3. The Lord of Meena, which is the third from A3, the third from Makara. So Saturn, the Lord of A3 Makara, and Lord of Antardasha sign Kumbha. Saturn is Lord of Kumbha, also Antardasha sign, combines with the Lord of third from Antardasha sign Mesha, having mutual aspect with Jupiter, Lord of third from A3. These three, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter, are aspecting Meena, the third from A3. Then these three planets and Meena, third from A3, are blessed by the strong benefic aspect by Mahadasha Karaka, that is Mercury. Here, Ketu is left. Ketu is the third Dashakaraka. So Ketu, third Dashakaraka. Ketu is in Simha with a benefic moon, and K2 and K11. And Ketu aspects Makara A3 and also the Mesha, third from Antardasha sign. Third from Antardasha sign is Mesha, Antardasha sign is Kumbha. Third from Antardasha sign is Mesha. A3 is Makara. So it is more Makara. Mesha is more important. Third from Antardasha sign is more important. It is aspected by Ketu. You know, Ketu signifies sisters, not brothers. Even Jaimini himself mentions this. Now, let us see what Jaimini says about brothers and sisters of the native. So, Jaimini suggests that we must consider brothers and sisters from Upapada, third from Upapada, third from Upapada, and 11th from Upapada. Upapada is not included in that. Third from Upapada, 11th from Upapada. These two are important. 11th from Upapada signifies elders, and third from Upapada signifies younger ones. So here, Ketu, Dasakaraka. Ketu aspects Mesha. That is, Upapada is Kumbha. Third from Upapada is Mesha. Mesha is aspected by Ketu, to show that a sister was born during that Dasha. The third house signifies younger brothers and sisters, and the 11th house signifies elder ones. So Ketu aspects signifies sisters. So the birth of brothers and sisters may be expected during the Dasha periods of the signs, which are the same as third from Upapada, third from Upapada. So that is the Antardasha sign, and the third from Antardasha sign, and their laws are connected to the third house from Upapada and its lord. The birth of younger brothers and sisters may be expected during the same Antardashas. But planets aspecting, if Ketu aspects sisters. So, in addition, if there is the association or aspect of Ketu to the third house from Upapada, Upapada, that is Mesha, the birth of sister may be expected. Hence, the Antardasha sign Kumbha and is the same as Upapada in the chart. So, the third from Upapada and third from Antardasha sign is Mesha and is aspected by Ketu. So, the birth of a sister is well explained, and justified. Ketu is third Dashakarka. He is posited in Simha. The Ketu aspects Mesha, which is the third house from Upapada, and also the Antardasha sign Kumbha. All from Antardasha sign Kumbha. So, thank you. Now, in continuation, we will discuss one more important event in the Mithuna Mahadasha. Of course, it is a period of 12 years. 12 years means there may be several events, but this is a very important, interesting event. That is double promotion. The first Mahadasha in this chart is that of Mithuna from 8949 to 8961, 12 years. So here there are two important events which are worth studying during this Mithuna Mahadasha. One is already the birth of sister, it is over. Now the next event is the native, a small history. Native was studying a local government school, that is Panchayati Samitis or the Jilla Parishads, Panchayati Samitis. The government managed elementary school. When he was in fourth, he was a good student. Teachers liked him. When he was studying fourth class, he went to his maternal grandfather's house. So he abstained from the annual examinations. He was not promoted to the next class, fifth class. He was asked to study the fourth class once again. The native that one to preferred, then he did not like to study fourth class again, second time. So he preferred to appear for the entrance test for admission into the sixth standard directly in a high school. So there was an entrance test. He appeared for that test and he failed. So naturally, after he failed fourth class, he tried to join high school in sixth class. He appeared for the entrance test. He failed in that test also. After 20 days, what happened? Miraculously, the management, the authorities, because the number of passes in the entrance test was very small, only 8 students passed. All the rest failed. So they wanted more number. Number is not sufficient. So they prepared a second list by pulling down the cutoff. Then in that list, this native found his name. So he studied sixth class. So what we have to understand? We have to understand there was a failure. Fourth standard failed. And he got admission into sixth class. That is, without studying fifth class, he joined the sixth class. That is double promotion. Again, it may be viewed from a different angle. This is a blessing in disguise. Had he passed fourth standard, he would have studied fifth standard in continuation. And only the next year he would come to the sixth class. Now, because of that failure, he got a chance to have double promotion. That is it. So, this event took place, where let us study the Dasha Antardasha analysis. This event took place in April 1958. April 1958. That is when he failed the fourth standard from that 1958. This was during the Antardasha of Mesha in the Mahadasha of Mithuna. Mesha Antardasha was from September 1957 to September 1958, 1 year. In the Mahadasha of Mithuna, that is 8 September 49 to 8 September 61. So we have to study the Antardasha sign Mesha and the fifth from the Antardasha sign Simha. By fifth sign, because this is a topic related to education. So let us consider the Antardasha sign Mesha, the fifth from Antardasha sign from Mesha, fifth one is Simha. They lost Mars and Sun in one group, say group A. Then Uttarpada A5, the fifth from A5, they lost, and fifth Dashakaraka in group B. So Uttarpada A5 is Vrishchika. The lord of Vrishchika A5 is Mars, the fourth Dashakaraka A4. The fifth from A5, fifth from Vrishchika is Mena, and lord of Mena is Jupiter, the eighth Dashakaraka A8, and fifth Dashakaraka is Saturn A5 in group B. So let us now see how the padas, planets, and karakas in group 1 are connected to those in group B. Now let us define our aim. Let us define our goal clearly, because you see, there is a failure and there is a success, double success. So the same Antardasha side, during the same Antardasha, we have two events, contradictory events, one failure, one double success. So how to interpret this? The only simple thing is, any pada say there are group A and group B. A5 lord of A5, fifth from A5, Antardashas, and fifth from Antardashas, Dasha Karkas. All these things, there are 4 plus 6, 10 factors are there. All these factors, they must be connected to malefic. Malefic indicates failures. And everywhere, simultaneously, there must be the aspect of conjunction of a benefic. A stronger benefic. A benefic must be stronger because we have double promotion. So see how that is there. And you can see this combination of failure and success in several other uh, factors of life, events of life. For example, one man appears for civils, or one man appears for by MSET examination or service commission examination. First time he may fail, and subsequently he may pass. So all these things are their failures and success simultaneously. So here, if we expect a malefic association, if we expect a malefic association aspect upon a particular pada or a karaka, and then a simultaneous strong benefic aspect upon the same karaka must be there. So see the Antardasha sign Masha. So Masha, the Antardasha sign Masha is the 11th from Mahadasha sign Mithuna. That is good. 11th house indicates any favor, in general, any favor. This position favors good results. Masha is aspected by A5 in Vrishchika. That is plus point, 1 point. Now also by the most benefic ninth Dashakaraka, Rahu. That is good. Then Masha is also aspected by moon and Ketu. Moon, is full moon and is Dashakaraka, second and 11. Good. Ketu is it is bad. Ketu, when we discussed the birth of sister, it was good because Ketu is the Karaka number 3. So it is a malefic. So from the Simha, moon and Ketu are aspecting Masha. The benefic moon and the malefic K3 and K12 Ketu. Masha has the aspect of Ketu also from Simha. Ketu is the malefic third and 12th Dashakaraka. So in all, see Masha separately first. Masha has 3 benefic aspects, A5, moon, and Rahu. And 1 malefic aspect. So malefic aspect is strong. From so Lord of now come to Lord of Antardasha sign. That is Lord of Antardasha sign is Mars. A benefic 4th Dasha Karaka A4. Mars is the Lord of A5 Urshika also. So Mars is the Lord of Antardasha sign, and Mars is Lord of A5. He is not connected to the Antardasha sign Masha or the fifth from Simha, fifth from Mesha, that is Simha. It is not even connected to Vrishtika. So Mars combines with the fifth Dasakarka Saturn and the a malefic sixth Dasakarka Venus. Again, Mars is aspected by the Jupiter, its lord of lord of fifth from A5, Mena, and the Jupiter is the malefic eighth Dasakarka. Eighth Dasakarka, malefic. Then sixth Dasakarka, Venus, malefic. So there are two malefic aspects. Benefic aspects are already we have seen Saturn, fifth Dasakarka, is a benefic one. Mars himself, fourth Dasakarka. But above all, there is one giant. That is one giant benefic influence is that of Mercury. The first and tenth Dasakarka is Yogada, Rajokarka, not Yogada, Rajokarka. So Jupiter is Yogada, but once he became malefic Dasakarka, it Yogada designation is of no use. For example, so Mars is under the benefic influence of A5 Saturn and the malefic influence of sixth Dasakaraka Venus and another malefic eighth Dasakaraka Jupiter. So Mars has more malefic influence so far, but Mars has the aspect of the best Dasakaraka, first and tenth Dasakaraka, that is Mercury. The fifth from Antardasha sign Mena is Simha. The fifth from Antardasha sign Mesha is Simha. Simha is occupied by benefic, benefic moon and the malefic Ketu. And the also the K3 and K12 Ketu. Simha is aspected by debilitated sun, the seventh Dashakaraka and Lord of Simha. So the Lord of Simha again, the Lord of we have seen fifth from Antardasha saying Simha. Then Lord of the Simha also must be considered. So you see the Lord of Simha, that is sun, is aspected by K9 Rahu. So the Rasi is occupied by benefic moon, malefic Ketu. And its Lord Sun is aspected by same moon and Ketu, one benefic and malefic, and again one benefic Rahu. So the benefic influence outweighs the malefic influence. So the failure and double promotion are justified. In fact, failure was a blessing in disguise. If he had passed the fourth standard, he would have studied fifth standard in routine. But because of his failure, he had the chance of going to having double promotion and joining the high school. Thank you.